Well, today we're going to take a peek at some bags. Some of my favorite bags, actually, that I've used over the past, I don't know, 3 or 5 years, or even longer. And that is Peak Design's sling bags, their everyday sling. I have one of their original ones here. This, I think it was 8 liter when it came out. This is one of my, probably my second or third, probably my third Peak Design bag I ever owned, and I still have it to this day, and I like it a lot. There's some things I really do like about it, but I started collecting more everyday slings. So back in the end of 2020, I was actually looking at going on a trip, and I wanted a small bag to house some camera gear. I bought the Everyday Sling 3 liter, which is their newest, the version 2, small 3 liter pouch. This has been my kind of go-to bag whenever I go on vacations because of the size and capable carry of it. And of course, it's very comfortable and easy to grab. Then I wanted a little more space. Maybe put an iPad in there, maybe just a few more items. So I bought this, and this is the 6 liter bag of the version 2. So essentially these two are the same bag, they're just different in size. So because I loved this bag so much, I got this one about a little over a year later. Recently, I just received this. This is the 10 liter version of the Everyday Sling, essentially the big daddy cousin of these two. And so if you really love the sling design, and I love everything about the Everyday Slings, I wanted to take a peek at the 10 liter. So this specific video is not so much to review any one of these products, but to show the differences in terms of what we can and can't do with each of them, and to see in real life the size. So I'm going to be changing cameras to my cell phone to film the rest of this, so it's going to be a little bit different. Same audio, but I wanted to at least showcase what we can do with these. And more than anything, this is where it all started, the version 1 of the Everyday Sling. I loved this bag. I actually bought this for my camcorder when I used to use camcorders. And yeah, so things have changed. I also brought along with me my 11-inch iPad Pro and a 13-inch MacBook Air, so I can show you what can and can't fit as well. And we'll get started. So let's bring it in. Let's start out. Okay, not that I wanted to show this specifically. They don't make this anymore, but it has a decent amount. Oh, it is a 10 liter. I thought it was 8. I apologize, 10 liter. But there, to show what it looks like in the inside, I'm not going to do sizing and stuff in here, but this was a great bag. It really was. It was great to throw an iPad in. No laptop. You're not going to fit a laptop in this, but worked great for that. So that's the old one, but let's start smallest to largest. Let's get these two out of the way. And this is the small 3 liter bag. Now this one runs $89.99 is the retail on this guy. And this has been my go-to for vacations because I don't want a large bag with me. I don't want to take too much stuff with me. I want to force myself to go as light as possible. But actually the key factor, look at that, I even have business cards in here yet from the last time I took a trip. So you have a small pouch up here. Receipts and stuff in there, I guess. And then on the inside, we have another small pouch here, which looks like I have my techgooch cards in here. You can also put batteries, so if you have extra batteries, if you're going to use this for a camera, that's where I would store those in here. Usually I don't really take extra memory cards other than the 2 that come in my camera if I do that. There is a divider. Right? In all reality, I actually travel without this. I actually do not travel with this. I keep it open, fully open for just one big pouch. There is a couple small pouches off to the side on both sides, so you can put some small stuff in there. But in all reality, 9 times out of 10, if I'm taking my camera, this is how it's loaded. I have my A7S III with a Sigma 24-70 lens cap on, and the screen turned inside out, and I just pop the camera in like so. This gives me quick access to throw my hand around it because I don't like using the neck straps. I like using the clutches from Peak Design. This is my favorite camera accessory because I do not put a thing around my neck. I can walk around with the camera in my hand at all times, but if I get tired, then I can just throw it in here and zip it up. And this little 3 liter pack has been my go-to. Now in the end, I can also throw my phone in here if I absolutely need to, or some other small things like chapstick or whatever, right? Some small cash if I don't want to have a wallet with me. I can put everything in this bag, and it's big enough for everything that I have. Now, if you're going to have a group of people and everybody's sharing one bag, maybe not this guy. But this, still to this day, is my favorite pack I've ever owned. It is tried and true, small, stays out of the way, travels. So when I travel on the airplane, if I'm traveling with more stuff, I actually load this up with like my toiletry bag and stuff like that and put this in my suitcase out of the way, right? And I pack it in my suitcase, and I'm not using this till I'm actually on location because I'm traveling with my Peak Design Everyday backpack. So this is a fantastic bag. There are limitations though. You're not going to get more than just the camera and lens, right? I'm not throwing my big telephoto in here. It ain't going to happen. This is a very small bag, has its limitations, but what it does perfectly. So 3-liter sling bag, the Everyday 3-liter from Peak Design. Fantastic bag. Now, about a year and a half after I got the 3-liter, I got myself the 6-liter. Everything that I loved about the 3-liter, I expected in the 6-liter, just more, right? Now it is slightly wider, but it's taller and a little bit thicker, a little more juice this way. So also has dividers. This bag, I tend to keep the dividers unless I'm putting my camera in here, so it really depends on what I'm using this for. I have used this bag for my camera. I have used this bag for a DJI drone, which essentially you can just kind of put the drone right down the center and then put your controller over here, extra batteries and stuff like that over here, and you have a lovely small drone bag. Now, of course, it depends on which drone you have, as long as it's big enough to meet that need. I had the DJI Air 2 was the last one. I had 2S, I think. But that's not to say this is a very nice bag. So front, again, has a small pouch on the front, so we can put stuff here. And then just like the other guy, right inside the lip here, we have more storage spot. Oh, I never got rid of that. But these are some straps. So if you look on the outside of this bag, there are some hook points here. You can use these straps that come with it to essentially pop on and actually like put something like an umbrella or something long like a tripod, and actually mount the tripod down here and strap it to the bag. So it does have that functionality built in. I just threw them in here to keep them with the bag at all times. Zip that all the way down. Like I said, these Peak Design dividers are great because they're Velcro. They have divider options where you can bring them down and use like a subdivider if you've ever seen these. Just like the other bag, we do have the small pouches on each side as well. I will point that out. But if I'm actually going to put something in here, let's take one of these dividers out. I'm going to set this camera in like so. The thing is that if I put this big telephoto lens in off to the side, it barely fits, but it does fit. It's just, this is about as small of a bag as I'd want to go vertical with my telephoto lens. It puts it pretty close to the edge. I probably wouldn't be comfortable with that long term, but it does fit, and that's the key. It does fit. You could obviously play around with this and lay this down. So like if you know you're not going to use the telephoto lens constantly, and that's the neat thing about these bags, throw this down there. I could take a divider and put it around it to give it some cushion, and then I could place my camera on top. I've never actually done it like that, and it looks like it would just maybe fit. It's really tight, so not quite, probably. But that's the thing about these bags. There are so many ways to load it that there's no right way or wrong way, and it's real quick and easy to take these in and out with the hook and loop fasteners that they have on them, along with all the the surface in the bag that you can easily attach them to. I will say this as well. Back here, there is a tablet pouch. Now, if you have, in my case, I have the iPad Pro with the keyboard case and Apple Pencil, I can put this back here, and it does fit, but it maxes it out. You're not going to get anything bigger than the 11-inch. Anything smaller, easy fit. but the 11-inch iPad Pro is as big as you're going to get in the 6-liter bag. So that is the 6-liter. More than enough space for most things. If I was doing a lot of trips with the larger lens like this guy, I would probably step up to the larger size, but you can fit it in there in a pinch. One last item, $119.99 is the retail of this one, $119. And now it's time for the Mac Daddy, the 10-liter, newer version, right? Like I said, I owned the older version for a long time. Just like the other ones, the design has a nice little pouch out here, so we'll just touch on that real quick. Just like the 6-liter, actually it includes the 4-liter has just these couple, but that's more for a belt loop. Just like the 6-liter, I have these 4 attachment points down here that I can strap and actually strap things to the bottom of the bag. The other thing I didn't mention on both the 6-liter and the 10-liter, they actually sit really well. Even loaded, a lot of times when I set it down, it stays upright like this, which is, I like that a lot. I don't like bags that constantly roll over. But if you load it right, it'll actually stay up. Now, if you notice that the zipper on the 10-liter, it doesn't go way down the bag. I understand why. I really do. Because it gives a nice big pouch to put all your stuff in. But to get into the nook and cranny of this, I wish it would go down a little bit further personally than it actually does. But let's go into the inside. So inside the zipper pouch here, we can see there's the straps like I had on the 6-liter that I actually never even used on the 6-liter because typically if I'm taking my tripod, I'm taking my backpack. So that's just me, but of course you can always strap it to this. As before, these nice little pouches in here. I have my Peak Design sticker in here yet. And yeah, so there's that. And then we have our dividers, which nicely sized. As you can see, they are different size than the ones that come in the other bags. So the ones that come with each bag are fitted for that bag. And just like the other one, they do have the origami piece to give different support depending on how you're using them. That's the beautiful thing about Peak Design is these. And if I can rearrange this a little bit, I'm going to pull this guy. I'm going to show you. Now with any of these, there's no right or wrong way to load it, right? So if you put the lens off to the side, the nice thing about the 10-liter is even when closed, you have a good amount of cushion that's not like teetering and sticking out the bag. So even all the way out to the side, my telephoto lens has a good spot, which means I have a ton of real estate in here. And I can actually choose to do something like this, if I can get it to do it right. All right. And set my camera in like so and have it right at the top. And actually underneath my camera, I actually now have space underneath the camera to put things that I don't normally use. And this is actually supporting my camera up off the bottom of my bag that I really don't want my camera hitting hard on stuff all the time. Now that said, on my smaller bags, you could tell I had to go all the way to the bottom. These are well padded, I will say that. But if I had a choice, having it up all the way towards the top where I have quick access to it, that's always a big plus. So that's that. Now, in this bag, I also have a tablet holder, so I can put my 11-inch iPad in here. If I have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, I can slide that in here. It technically does not fit the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I can get it in here, but it's too tall. The bag is not tall enough to fit it in there. So if they were to bring out like a 12-liter, it'd probably fit the 16-inch MacBook Pro. So just to at least go over the different sizes of these guys, there you go. There it is. This one obviously I can get probably 2 to 3 lenses in addition to my camera in if I wanted to. 2 lenses for sure, plus the camera and the lens that it's on, because I mean I can always go vertically with my camera and then put this guy over here and have another spot for another telephoto lens or a larger lens. I could also just depending on how the size of the lenses are, rearrange everything. That's the beautiful thing about these bags, is they're so arrangeable to fulfill however you want to do things. So that is the Peak Design Everyday Slings. So there you have it. The Everyday Sling in the 3 liter, 6 liter, 10 liter. I'll be honest, I've slowly collected them over time, right? 90 bucks, 120 bucks, 160 bucks. I guess I didn't say that. 159.99 or whatever is the retail on the 10 liter. That's not to say that you can't find a deal or can't get a coupon on those. And if I will put links in the description where you can purchase them at multiple locations. Check to see what the best price is. I'll be honest as I possibly can. This is my favorite. 100%. This is the one I grab 7 out of 10 times. It has been for traveling. This is my absolute go-to bag for traveling still to this day, because in all reality, I love forcing myself to the smaller bag because it restricts what I can take with me. I found that if I take less with me, I enjoy my vacations better. So the less I take, the better off I am. Even if I'm not taking my camera, I'll take this bag with me because this is just a great little bag to put everything in so I don't have stuff in my pockets. I'm just enjoying my trip more. So that's the 3 liter. The 6 liter has been kind of a workhorse actually for me outside of traveling. This one I've used for work a lot actually. If I go on a small trip for work or something when I need, I just take my iPad with me, something that I can use doing various things. And then I throw my water bottle in here. I have it has plenty of room for everything I need outside of a laptop. I just can't get a laptop in here. So that does restrict you, but outside of that, this is a fantastic bag. The 10 liter I haven't had as long as these guys, but I have had the previous 10 liter. And the previous 10 liter is not the same. As you can tell, this one's taller. This one is the better for laptops. It doesn't fit all laptops, let's be honest. It is still a sling bag, so it is still compact, but up to a 13-inch MacBook will definitely fit in there. So if you have a larger laptop, probably not, but as long as you have a 13-inch, you're gonna be fine. This is gonna work fine. Or even the larger iPad Air or iPad Pro. The big thing about this one is, if you're taking more camera gear, but you don't want a backpack, you want to restrict, or at least have something that you can just have on your side. So, I'm sorry, this is the one thing we didn't talk about when you actually have this on your body, is they have this nice quick strap that you can lower or raise the pack up on you, so quick and easy adjustability, as well as throwing it out front to get to all your bag. That's one of the reasons they don't have the zippers going down any further, is that you can have your bag fully open without the worry of spilling the contents out. And that's the big thing about the slings, is that I can leave it open, take my shots, bring it back, load my camera back up, and call it good. So that's the slings. They are very well designed, very well built. Peak Design does not horse around with the quality of the materials, the stitching. Everything about these things are built to last 100%. I mean, they are built to last. The fabric that they use is weather resistant or weatherproof. I don't care what rainstorm you're in, your gear is not going to get wet in this. Unless you soak it in the river or something. Rain is one of those things you do not have to worry about. I have had multiple bags and multiple rain events, and not a drop has gotten on my gear, so long as you have the zipper shut. Now, of course, if it was pouring rain, I probably would not have the zippers on the top like that. I would run them down the side, and that way the top is pretty much well sealed, because these are water resistant zippers, and they work really, really well. But the fabric sheds water, so they did a really good job with that. Everything about the slings is everything about Peak Design. If, for instance, let's say they bring out a new version as 3 liter, as much as I love this bag, let's say I wanted the new one better. I can actually renew this and actually sell it on Peak, have them sell it on Peak on their own website, and they can resell this. Or obviously I probably wouldn't do that, because I can resell it myself, sell it on eBay, sell it on Facebook Marketplace, wherever have you, because these products hold value, because they are built very well. Unless they're abused, there's no worry about these things running into serious issues. So that is the Peak Design Everyday Slings, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out the links in the description to each of these bag locations, as well as where to purchase. Thank you for sticking by to the end of the video. As always, we'll catch you back here on another future video review. We'll see you soon.